morning, everyone. We just left Udshorn, which is a city where we saw the ostriches in the last episode. And today we have a big chore to do, and snow's at the wheel because I tweaked my back and
has old man syndrome now.
I'm feeling very old and vulnerable, guys. But anyway, wow, what a stunning drive through here. We kind of have left, I don't know if you call it the high desert or what have you. We were a little higher elevation. And then all of a sudden we kind of came to a mountain, some steep mountains, and through a pass.
We're in the pass.
We're in the pass now. But it just turned like greener and the mountains got steeper. And it's just really beautiful and stunning paths.
Well, we got our first glimpse of where we're headed, which is the city of George, which sits on the coast. And it was a beautiful overlook from up here in the mountains.
Yeah, we come right over the mountains and boom, all of a sudden you can see the Indian Ocean. That's right, guys, the Indian Ocean. So, for those of you following along, we got to pick up our inverter today. That's the big chore. We're headed there right now so we can have proper power in the van. So we'll see you guys there.
Left onto George Road, then turn left onto Garrett Street.
So there's supposed to be two different sections to this campground. So like this looks like one, and then there's one on a round. We want to make sure we got beachfront. Kind of like the tree area. Let's see. We made it into George, drove to the industrial area. It was super easy. Curt went in and picked up our inverter. They were just sitting there waiting for us.
Well, and that store was pretty advanced. And you know, one thing we've noticed is solar is very popular here. We see it on a lot of the houses. And they had the whole house systems there, a lot of Victron, high-end equipment, solar equipment. Unfortunately, they were able to get our inverter. They said in the country, in South Africa, there's a total of 26, believe it or not, of the inverters we needed. I got it out of the box. I didn't completely look at the specs on size and weight. This thing's a beast, so it should be a challenge to put it in there. But still, we're very happy to have it.
Yes, we're very happy to have it. We have driven about 30 minutes away from there to the town, or I call it a city, of Mussel Bay, where we found us a nice campsite here on the ocean, and we are settled in, and two things are going to happen here. One, the most important, Curt is going to rest his back, try to get that thing working like it's supposed to again. And two, we're going to get the inverter installed where we don't have to have campgrounds with electrical outlets again.
And three, we're going to enjoy some time on this South African coast because it's stunning. There's some beaches, there's some lighthouses, there's some
pretty
caves.
stuff.
I don't even know. We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. But for right now, it's time for Curt to rest his back.
Good boy. Good boy. We are on the road in Mussel Bay, and we spent the last couple nights here at this little campground staring at the waves on the coast.
A few seals here and there and some dolphins, but never got our camera on them. But the purpose of this camp was for Curt's back to heal up a little bit. And it's not 100%, but it's getting a little bit better.
Walk with me. Let's leave the past behind. Walk with me. There's something else we need to find. Say you'll go, don't make me wait. There's no need to hesitate. Let's make footprints in sand. Let's make miracles. Come hold my hand. Let's find something new, me and you. Blue is the sky, like the color of your eyes. Blue is your heart. It's been like that from the start.
So we drove down to the point where the lighthouse is here in Mussel Bay. And they have a nice little park area. It's definitely a tourist spot, but they've got lots of benches you can sit on and some walkways out into the rocks. There was some local fishermen and a guy who looked like maybe he was fishing for octopus or something, walking around on the rocks. Big waves just crashing in. I talked to a few people, some people from the States, some local people that live here in Mussel Bay, and that is where we learned that Mussel Bay is the oldest town in South Africa. So that's pretty cool because we didn't even know that. But we spent maybe 30 minutes here just kind of enjoying it. Off in the distance, you can see whale spouts. Now, that's not something that's going to show up on our small camera, so you just got to trust us. They were definitely swimming by. And now we are going to load up in our van and try to drive up to a viewpoint, a little hiking trailhead up on the top of these beautiful cliffs and see what we can find up there. So let's go.
Let's leave the past.
Oh yeah, look at that. You done good. So one of the reasons I wanted to come to Mussel Bay was to do this trail right here. And if you see, it kind of starts down in the town, the area we were just at, and skirts along the coast. And you can see there's some beautiful cliffs. And right now we're parked up here. But in any event, this is a 13.5 kilometer trail along the coast. It's plus or minus a 6-hour hike time. And off in the distance, you can see whales jumping and blowing. And it looks like there's some birds and some other sea life and some wildlife and some flora and fauna. And it looked like a fun trail, but what happens now?
Curt's old man back got him, and it's not good enough for him to hike that far. But we pulled up here. You can't go into here because this is all closed off because of the golf estate. The only way to do this trail is to walk it. But we're gonna just take a little tiny little hike right down here to the edge and then come back to the van and get on the road.
We got nowhere to be, just a slow dance with the summer heat. The world outside can't wait a few 'cause right now we got nothing else to do. The sun is peeking through the cotton white blinds. Your hands still tangled up in mine. Feet on the wall, your head on me, floating easy. We got nowhere to be. Got nowhere to be. Your hair's a mess, but you don't mind. You just laugh, let it fall where it likes. Coffee's cold, but we take a sip, talk about nothing. Let the morning slip. Oh, it feels like that, like summer air through window cracks. Oh, it feels like that, like summer sun on quiet tracks. Oh, it feels like that, like the summer rain that falls so slowly on the naked skin upon your back. Oh, it feels like that, like a love song on a worn out track. Yeah, it feels like that.
How you doing?
That was a steep little climb out of there, but I did it. I didn't die, so that's good. So we drove about 30 minutes east, kind of following the coast, hopped up on a big interstate type road for a while, but we peeled off into a little beach community called Glentana. There should be a campground here, but Curt had already spotted a restaurant right by the campground that he wanted to scope out, and he said pull in there before we even go to the campground. And I think he's excited because, is there seafood, Curt?
There is, and so now the decision is, do I go with the fish, which here is mostly hake. That's kind of the popular fish, and calamari is very popular. So they have a hake calamari combo. They have a seafood paella. Ooh, and I love a good paella. So that's definitely a choice. Yeah, so anyway, seafood for sure. Not sure which way I'm going.
And what is super good for me is there's tons of other choices, because I don't eat fish. But I am eyeballing the, what did I decide? The chicken parmesan. Let's see if that's what I go with.
We had an amazing lunch here, and it was kind of a surprise because I actually put the wrong, it was a camp spot that we had in the map, but I put it in wrong. And so we found a restaurant nearby, we went in there, and that food, I had the calamari and hake, and it was like pan-seared, pan-sauteed. It was so good over vegetables with rice. It was a really flavorful and tasty meal. Snow had some chicken parmesan, and it was over a fettuccine, and she absolutely loved it. I mean, just a really good meal, guys. And we ate so much. Well, we were about to go into a food coma, so maybe that wasn't so good. But anyway, we decided the camp spot's right here, right across the road. We went there, rang the bell, blew the horn, waited, no one was there. Not sure if they were full, if someone was at lunch break or whatever. Anyway, we had to find another camp spot, and that's what brings us to this place. Now, Snow had picked this place specifically because they had private, what they call ablutions or bathroom little areas. And I still need to do the inverter. I need to change out the inverter in the van. So anyway, we thought that way if I needed to pull some stuff out of the garage, because by the way, guys, I didn't look at the size dimensions for this Victron inverter, but it is more than twice the size of our other two. So it's heavy, so I gotta find a place to put it inside the van. So we thought we might need to pull some stuff out of the van for me to do the work. Of course, we were waiting for my back to heal, and we thought this might be a nice place to do it. But the other place was full, as we said, and this place only had one spot left. Now, we're coming up on the weekend, so apparently people are going to be rolling in here, and I can already see them down on the beach. It's early in the morning, 8 o'clock or so, and it looks like they got some tents down here, some cleanup efforts, and maybe some surf rentals and whatnot. But season is getting here, guys. Winter has winded down. We are now into spring, and it is starting to get a little warmer every day. This Indian Ocean is warmer than the Pacific Ocean by a few degrees. So surfers are in the water, kids are on the beach, and yeah, I mean, we're coming into what we keep time after time after time getting told that is the most beautiful part along this coast. So this part that we have right now coming up is it, guys. Well, season's coming on. So anyway, long story short, we got to make some reservations, or we got to figure out where we're going to go and what we're going to do through this little stretch right here. I can tell you, and you can see, this place is stunning. We're currently just up in here in a little cove, and the waves come in, so it sets up nice for some surfers, and there's been a couple out there. And it makes for a nice long sandy beach and beautiful views of the cliffs. And along here down by the ocean is this row of just giant beautiful homes. I don't know if they're like actual homes or rentals or what the deal is, maybe resort homes, but they look like if a big storm comes in, they're in trouble. But right above that is the row of camp spots. And we're, of course, in one. There's two sides, and it's just a stunning view, and it's a nice place. It's unfortunate that we can't stay here for more than a day, but Snow has used her time wisely and found us an amazing camp spot down the road. Now, if you guys remember back a few episodes, I was chasing a very specific bird, a trogon, here in Africa, and I think she's found it. So we're on the move. How could you be starving if you got stinky breath? How can you be starving?
We left our campsite and made the short 10-minute drive to the grocery store, where we went into the Woolworths, which is one of our preferred grocery stores. I think Checkers would be our number one, but Woolworths is pretty good. And
Woolworths has like their own brand of stuff.
Yeah, and it's usually pretty darn good. But G is being a grocery putter-awayer helper.
Well, he's like, what's in it for
But
me?
in reality, he's just looking for something for him. But we did get a hold of some charcoal briquettes for the braai, or for you guys back home, for the grill, because our next campsite, we have made reservations to kind of try to fight how things are starting to get a little more crowded here. And we will be staying there for 3 nights, so we needed to stock up on groceries, and it's next to a river with braais, apparently. We'll see when we get there. But I found hot dogs and hot dog buns. That's not normal, so we'll see if they taste like the ones back home, because a hot dog on the grill back in the States, burnt and a little crispy, it's one of my favorite meals. Right, Curdy?
It is indeed, and we're loaded up.
So let's get this stuff unloaded, and then I think we have about a 30-minute ride to get to our camp. As we're headed to our campsite, a couple of things. We realized we forgot paper towels at the grocery store, so we got to stop at a little market along the way. We also still need some fuel. So we got our paper towels. We filled up the car, and something I haven't told you about fuel in South Africa. First of all, it costs about $5 a gallon. So that was $80 US dollars for us right there. But in South Africa, there is a tax included in the fuel prices, and it covers basically like your liability insurance. So it would not cover anything that happened to our van, but if we had a crash here in South Africa, the other vehicle is covered from the government, and that money comes from the gas tax. So that's kind of interesting. You don't have to worry about uninsured motorists here. Now, how hard it is to get to that fund and stuff like that, I don't know. But it's one of the things that adds to the price of fuel here in South Africa. I thought that was kind of interesting, right, Curtie?
Yeah.
Curt seems very interested in it, doesn't he? As we were leaving this little grocery store town, we discovered a nice little park where we're going to stop and walk the kitties. That's another thing about South Africa. Finding places where it's friendly and it's okay to walk the cats is not as easy as it's been in other countries. Now, because they're cats and they don't have to get out of the van, we're still able to go to campsites that don't really allow pets. But when we're at those campsites, G and Vanna can't get out. So we don't know the status at our next campsite. At our last campsite, they weren't allowed to get out, so these guys need a walk, and this place looks like a good place to do it. Good boy. You ready, Vanna? Oh, he's excited, isn't he, Curt?
He's ready.
I know, Vanna, you're next. Come on. We'll get you suited up, too. Yes, we will. She's right at your feet, so be careful. We have made it to our campsite. This is called the Ebb and Flow Rest Camp. It is in a section, the wilderness section of the Garden Route National Park. I booked it in advance online because, it's kind of rolling into season and we're finding some campsites full. But we booked 3 nights here because it's supposed to be very peaceful and loaded with birds. But I think y'all are going to have to wait until the next video for that, because we are going to settle in and wind this video down.
See you on the next one. Cheers, guys.
If you liked this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us a lot. And if you want to see more of our videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come out. We'll see you guys in a few days from somewhere out here in the world. Cheers.